Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in Charles Morse. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to Charles Morse. Please remember to keep your comments decent, non-offensive, and let's get into the videos, shall we? So, there are people, video 4-6.2. I want to get into this video because there is just, there's just so much stuff to get into. And yes, I've already said there's no evidence whatsoever where you can compare video games to reality. Alright? Alright? I don't know what is wrong with people, but they are just, there are just people that are just stupid these days. That stuff. They don't know what reality is anymore. That stuff. Maybe they just don't have a clue what type. They just don't have an idea what reality is. Alright? There's no comparison between video games and reality. Alright? Alright, you can't make that case. Okay? It's already proven in reality. Alright? So, you may as well drop it and just let that go. Let that go. It's already been written, case closed. Okay? So, stop trying so hard to actually prove a cause that's already been proven. Stop trying to prove that video games cause real-world violence. There is no proof of it. So stop trying so hard. This is the problem. When people that are under the age of 18 and a person who is over 18 is playing a game with somebody, like a video game with somebody, you know what? The other person tries to get judgmental and they say that, oh, because you're playing with, somebody and they're just like complete strangers. They obviously want to know, like, who you are, like, where you live and what you do, what your sex is, and, it's like they don't care. And you know what? There are people that are just, they're just stupid idiots, Alright? There are people that act like little kids and that stuff, and they just stay in the little kids world, which I am just, very, very, sad about, like, very upset with that. Why can't people just, play a game with, like, everybody and then, just not take stuff the wrong way? Alright? Like, why? And since when do other people have to follow the rules that you made? That since when does video games like relate to the real world? Alright? Alright? If there's zero evidence, then why are you, like, trying so hard? Alright? It's already been proven. It's already been said. And that stuff, so, like, stop trying so hard to prove something that has already been proven to be the truth. Okay? Like, I don't understand this. I don't get what a lot of idiots and morons are trying to do. Alright? They almost think that they can just, like, rewrite everything, which that doesn't happen like that, really. Alright, nobody gets to rewrite everything that was already, like, said and done. Alright? Alright? There's nobody that can rewrite history. There's nobody that can rewrite what was already written in a book. Alright? Like, nobody can rewrite reality. Alright? And I don't know how many idiot morons out there think that, hey, I can, like, do all this stuff. Look at me how good I am. Look at how special I am. Look what I can do. Look what I do. Look at what I can do. You know what? Yeah, I'm not buying it. You know what? Because you know what? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You know what? Because, you know what? We were not born with magic powers. Alright? So, yeah, you can convince me all you want, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Nobody gets to rewrite how stuff had been written. Alright? Yeah. Reality is the reality. Alright? And what I can do is I can just tell you how reality is. Alright? And I didn't write those books, so yeah, you can try to convince me all you want that I did. I never did. I wasn't the one who've written all these books in the beginning. Alright? Video games have nothing to do with reality. Science says that. And yeah, I didn't write the book of science, so you can't prove it. You can't prove it. You can make all your baseless claims, all that stuff. It's not going to make a difference. Alright? There's nothing that says video games relate to the real world. Alright? Because it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay? Nobody can, like, pick and choose what they want to listen to. And I don't care, like, what people want to hear from me. Alright? I'm not going to say something like that's not true about video games in the real world. Alright? I'm not going to say and tickle my audience ears on my YouTube channel. Alright? That's not what my channel was meant to be in the first place. So, yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to keep it just plain and simple. Okay? Keep it simple, stupid. It's what I always go by. Alright? Yeah, and I'm not going to tickle any audience's ears. Alright? You know what? Misinformation propaganda is the one thing that people get tired of listening to. Alright? Yeah. Fox News, by the way, what I'm saying right now it's probably a lot of what people probably want to hear from Fox News. I mean, you know how much views are on Fox News? They probably have probably 100K likes. You know why that is? It's because of misinformation and propaganda. They're making a bunch of money from it. Alright? This is why Fox News is doing what they do best. Selling people misinformation and propaganda. It's all about money. It's not about the people's opinions. It's about money. Alright? So that's the truth about Fox News. So, so, you know, so, yeah. So, you under, you should know that people are just, you know, they're so mixed up with, you know, like what people just do, like what reality is and what you do in a video game has no connection in reality. Alright? There's no comparison whatsoever. So you obviously just can't make that point. Alright, if you're making any sort of point in that stuff, I'm gonna say that it's just absolutely baseless. Alright? Okay? So, there you go. So, I can't, you know, I didn't make the rules here. So, I mean, people can just, you know, what I hate to be put in in the middle of people's situation? Well, just don't do it to me. Because I can tell you something, I don't really appreciate being stuck in the middle of stuff. Yeah, so I don't know why people get the wrong thinking here, but it's just repetitive here. People don't do it, it's stupid, but hey, this is this is the kind of world that we just live in. You know, I'm sick of it. There's just people that, you know, they don't grow up, they don't get a life. You know, I just don't know what's wrong with people. Because, believe me, it's actually pretty pathetic. It's actually pretty pathetic that there are many people that just, you know, they don't grow up, get a life, and act their age. Alright? And regardless of playing video games, alright? I mean, there are people that, you know, it doesn't matter what you do. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright, there's no comparison where video games have a connection to reality. Alright, if you gone and you did something to somebody and they were under the age of 18, well, then that would be a whole different story right there. Alright. So overall, I don't want to be, I don't like being put in the middle of stuff. Because I'd hate that I ever have to be. And everybody knows what it's like to be, you know, stuck in the middle of, like, a lot of stuff. Everybody knows. So, yeah, I didn't write the books of, you know, I didn't write the books on reality, so you can just, you know, you can just try to convince me that whatever you can convince me that I did, it's not gonna really just make it reality. The reality is, I didn't write these books, so, you know, I'm not going to, I do not want to talk misinformation and propaganda. If I did and tickled my audience's ears, I would feel totally guilty. And, by the way, I am not considered, being that I'm playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is a video game, alright, this obviously doesn't, this does not prove that I am indeed a murderer. So, yeah, there's zero evidence that I've committed murder in playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So, like, how are you going to, good luck comparing that. Good luck trying to compare Super Smash Bros. Ultimate to murder. Alright? Because there's zero proof. Alright? 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 Reality says there is nothing compared video games or comparing video games to reality. There is zero evidence. Alright, I don't know what gives these idiots just these ideas that, video games connect to reality. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter, who you are, what sex you are. I mean, dude, it's just, these people are just looking for, basis reasons to, not be, nice to you. Alright? That's what they're doing. Alright? And yeah, this is just very stupid, Alright? I don't know why this is, but what is very stupid. It drives me up a wall so much. And then, the last thing that the person wants to do is just be a big pain in the butt and stuff. And if you're not too careful, these people will do whatever to make sure that your life is living hell. They want you to feel guilty for what you're doing. Alright? And this is just, it's just, I have to say, that, these people are just idiots. The way that they're doing stuff. Alright? Yeah. It is. They really are. If you are trying to make video games have a point connected to reality, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm just going to tell you that there is zero evidence. If you try to prove your point, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're not going to find a point. So, yeah, if I were you, I would not waste your time because the truth has already been written. And there's no way that you're going to be able to rewrite what the truth actually says. Alright? You're not going to be able to do it. Alright? Yeah. In fact, if you read the book of Genesis, well, who created the world in the first place? Alright, it was it was God in heaven who made the heaven and the earth, and they alright. So yeah. I mean, good luck trying to prove your points. They've already been proven. Alright? Yeah. And that there's no way that you can rewrite what has already been written. Alright? Points made. The truth is the truth. There's nothing you can do to change that. Alright? There's nothing. Zero proof that you can actually change what the truth is and what reality is. Alright? Stop trying so hard. Alright, and this is a lot of what idiots, morons just they think that they can just change what they think that they can just change everything. And yeah, I just gotta say to you, to try to prove something, what, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. Okay? Yep. Something baseless. You're wasting your time. You really are. You really are. Yeah. And I just, I just don't know how many times I have to say this to idiots. But you know what? This really drives me up the wall. I'm sure that a lot of YouTubers are talking about a lot of this stuff anyway, because, I think that there are just idiots and morons that just don't even grow up. I think this is kind of like just, basically what it is. Alright, there are a lot of stupid people in this world, and I mean, and there are a lot of people that just don't grow up and get a life, really. And it's just stupid, It's just, like, why is there just people that just don't know anything about what reality is and what is not reality? Alright, I think there are people that are just, they are just, I think they're just too stupid. I think that's what the problem is. I think that's the right word to be using there. I'm sure there is a lot of idiot no-brainers in this world. Yeah, that's pretty much the reality that we live in right there. Well, not everybody is a stupid no-brainer. Yeah, some people even out ahead, they actually know how to use it right. They know that video games have nothing, like no connection to reality. That stuff. These people have common sense. They have boundaries. They know what to do and what not to do, and that stuff. I wish everybody else would be able to do the same, and that stuff. But you know what? You know what? There's just a lot of people that do not. Alright? You know why? Because they're self-centered, they're stubborn, they're just, they probably don't have their head in the right place, and that's just, they have no way of just, opening up their eyes and just looking at reality and just saying that, hey, this stuff isn't right. Yeah, there's no connection with video games to reality. Alright? Yeah. Why were they thinking like that, like, the whole time? And just making, baseless accusations. Alright? Why was I doing that? Alright? Yeah, but hey, no. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. You know why? Because these kind of people believe that they are right. Alright? So, yeah, proof is so proving a point that is absolutely baseless. Alright? Isn't that called wasting your time? Yeah, of course it would actually be called wasting your time. Yeah, you know what? I just don't. You know what I have to say? To waste your time on something that is absolutely a waste of time, I say it'd be a waste of time. Yeah. And you know what? These idiots don't really care anyway. They're gonna waste their time and waste their time, continue to waste their time, more and more and more of their time until they actually get their facts proven. Which misinformation and propaganda never becomes the truth. It can't ever become, the truth. Because you know what? It's not what reality says. It's not what reality says. Alright? Reality doesn't say Fox News is right about everything. Alright? Alright? And why is Fox News always selling misinformation and propaganda? Well, because reality says that, hey, this stuff is just not proven to be true. Alright? Alright? The other news sources like News Nation and CNN, other news sources, they get stuff right. Why? Because reality says that, hey, this stuff is news. Alright? Alright? And it's already been, history's already been written in a history book. It's already been recorded, so, yeah. I wouldn't spend time making misinformation and propaganda, making up something that is absolutely untrue. Alright. Yeah. And history is still being written. Okay? I mean, just look at what the President of the United States is doing. I mean, yeah, there's still more history to be written. Alright? Alright? And whatever history is written in that new history book, that's what reality is going to say. Alright? And you won't be able to make a baseless accusation or propaganda, like anything, like write stuff that's like untrue about history that is being written, because once it's wrote and you write misinformation or propaganda, guess what? It's just going to make you look pretty stupid. It's going to make you look like you're untrue, like you don't know the facts about history. And, once it's written in a book, it's already written. And there's no changing what history says. And there's no changing what is the truth. Alright? You can't do it. So, if I were you, I would stop wasting time. I would stop, just looking at what is, like, I would just start looking on what is actually just said and stop trying so hard to take baseless number of, I would stop trying so hard to, like, make baseless accusations about video games and reality, because I'll tell you what, you will indeed be wasting your time just trying to do that. Alright, you can't really connect those dots. Okay? Because, you know, once a book is written, it's written. Alright? You can't write what is untrue and what is true. Alright? Nobody gives you that power and authority. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed what was said here. And if you didn't, well, I'm sorry. But what I've said has been said already. Nobody, like, video games don't have anything to do with reality. Alright? Yeah. And you can't rewrite anything which is already written. Alright? You know what? And a lot of idiots and morons just need to do that. Alright? Again, you need to stop wasting your time and stop proving points that are absolutely baseless. Because I'm telling you what, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You keep on doing those baseless accusations and trying to prove stuff that is not true and that stuff, you're wasting your time. I can just guarantee you that. But you idiots and morons out there that are doing all this stuff, you're probably just thinking that you can prove something to be untrue, which is already a fact, and you think that you can make that untrue, like that truthful fact. You think you can turn around and make it untrue. It's not going to happen like that. Nobody has magic wand to do that. Alright? It's never going to happen. And regardless how many number of times you might think, you might be able to twist that truth to being untrue. It's not going to work. It never will. And it doesn't matter how many times you might think it's going to work like that. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, Charles Morse. Please remember to keep your comments just non-offensive. And again, you know, there's no comparison to video games to reality. And it's obviously no trying to prove history. Or, like, there's no rewriting history and making facts being untrue. And if you try to do that, you're wasting your time, and I'm just guaranteeing you it's absolutely pointless that you do. Have a good day. I will see you on my next video. This is Charles Morse. Have a good day. I will see you on my next video.